So welcome back to the first case for this week of February Friday. And this week we are going to New York City, or I guess like back to New York City, because I know I've definitely been in New York City before. In fact, I think I've covered a case out of New York City like literally last week. And so with this case, it's not very as well known. In fact, if you look down below, I literally only have one source, and that source pretty much did all the research for me. Of course, I always try to do research outside of the videos available on YouTube, because sometimes there are cases where there's videos not even available because people don't know about them. However, I feel this case should be talked about, considering that our female that we were discussing today was only 18 years old when she decided to do what many women, including myself, could never see ourselves doing. So, as the title suggests, it's definitely a double whammy, so there's definitely some plot twists in this story. I will give what I know. And so with that being said, let's go and get started. So, Arelis Batista was born sometime in like 1977. That's estimated because we don't have a date of birth on her or anybody else involved in this case. So, just a heads up on that. She has a little brother named William Jr. He's obviously named after the father they share. So, they have the same mother, same father, so full siblings. She has a mother named Miriam and a father, he's William Sr. Then you have William Jr., the son, then you have her and Arelis. So it was said that William Jr. was actually very well liked and actually had dreams of becoming a lawyer. So even though they were living in the rough streets of like 90s New York, the father obviously wanted better for them and to stay out of there. And so the son was over trying to become a lawyer. And so Arelis, in this meantime, she was attending this all girls Catholic school. And apparently, it's said that a classmate had reportedly seen her drinking alcohol out of a cup while in school. So it doesn't say exactly if Miriam is working, or I guess she was working like during the day or something. But her father would work the overnight shifts. And so while this was going on, she would take the opportunity to sneak out of the house. Because nobody's up during this time. It's nighttime. We all gonna be asleep. But dad's off at work. And so on the nights that she knows he has to work, she'll go sneak out with boys. And one of these boys is Lamar Sanchez. I don't have a picture of him, but he is an important person in the story. Sources would say that he was simply just interested in him, while others were saying they were actually dating. So, actual boyfriend-girlfriend. And then most sources pretty much agree that the relationship stopped after they would be intimate, but apparently he would be too rough on her sometimes. In February of 1995, Lamar would have charges of assault and kidnapping following him by Arelis in order to make William Sr. happy. So basically, this is an attempt to keep Lamar away from Arelis because William Sr. obviously did not approve. Arelis would contact Lamar to say, hey, can you kill my dad? She promises like $25,000 to him, saying, he keeps all his life savings in the home because he didn't trust banks. So on the fateful day of October 20th, 1995, between 1:30 and 2 a.m., we don't know the exact time, Arelis would apparently let in Lamar through her bedroom window. And then, so like I said, William Jr., he's working nights. So this is a night where he was working. The plan was apparently to wait till he got off work and then kill him. So like I was saying, Miriam and William Jr., they're asleep. And apparently they're sleeping like the same room. And William Sr., like I said, he works night shifts. So, he's already at work trying to get the bread, provide for the family. And so Lamar goes and lets in 24-year-old Jose Rodriguez. And apparently he was described as a sadist by his neighbors. And apparently one of the examples they used was that apparently he had dropped a dog from a certain height, and apparently he had fireworks attached to said dog. So it doesn't say exactly when the plan was changed, but apparently the original plan from the research I did was that they were going to kill the father once he got home from work. But I guess they decided last minute we're going to kill everybody in the house, so that way there's no witnesses left behind. So not just the dad, but we're going to kill everybody. So they decided that we're going to kill Arelis. Basically betray her, she can't talk and throw us on a bus, essentially. So they have the gun, and apparently Lamar shoots, but the safety's still on. She thought it was a joke. Jose apparently takes said safety off, and then Lamar basically shoots Arelis, pretty much killing her instantly. Then they go to the room where Miriam and William Jr. are at. They're sleeping. He shoots both of them in the back of the head, and of course they get killed as well. So then they find the money in the bedroom closet. They ripped the door off and they split the money that they found, which was about $20,000. Not $20,000 now, but $20,000 back then. So obviously it would be worth more now. William Sr. came home around 7 a.m. to find pretty much his whole family dead. Obviously, you gotta have a wake now because you got three people over here dead. And so then they go, Jose and Lamar, they go split the money and they go spend the money on clothes for themselves and even flowers for the family to send condolences, even though they're technically the reason the family is even dead in the first place. So then on October 3rd, so like 3 days after the murder, apparently there's like a wake for all three of them, and both of them decide to attend this wake. And there's a flower that had wilted. It doesn't say if it's one of the flowers that they bought, but it's a flower that wilted, and he tried to give it to Jose, but Jose apparently had like refused it. And then another thing is, I didn't mention this, but the family apparently was Dominican, and apparently in Dominican culture, when someone is murdered and the murderer attends the funeral, the dead will let you know, basically let you know in a way like, hey, my killer's in the room. If the murderer has, of course, not been solved yet. So then, of course, knowing this, apparently one of the most common ways this would happen, apparently they would bleed from the ear. Like, one of the victims would bleed from the ear. So then, sure enough, William Jr. starts bleeding from the ear. So then people see this, and knowing the culture, they are looking like, who the fuck could have killed, like, the killers in the room? And so they're looking around, and pretty soon they start to suspect Lamar and Jose. And so then, of course, they get sentenced, and Lamar gets sentenced to life without parole, and Jose gets sentenced to 50 years to life in prison. So then 6 years after the murder, so like 2001, there's a movie called Double Whammy, which is where I get the title for the video. That movie came out, and the main plot of the story isn't about this murder, but there's like a subplot, subplot, and basically the subplot of the story is pretty much inspired from this murder. Of course, they changed some details. In the movie, the dad does wind up surviving in the end, and the two guys that try to kill him, they wind up dying instead. But obviously, we know in the real life story, everyone except the father dies, regardless. So, anyway, yeah, with that being said, definitely watch What You Wish For, because they can't come back to bite you, because, you know, she was trying to kill her father, she wound up getting killed instead. Definitely, rest in peace to Miriam and William Jr., because they also did not deserve this, didn't know what was going to happen. They died in their sleep, so you can only imagine that surprise, you know. And definitely give my condolences to William Sr. and the rest of the surviving Batista family, because that definitely is a strong man. Pretty much just killed the bloodline right there. So, where he is today, if he's even still alive, didn't say, we don't know, but yeah, anyway, that being said, that's all I have for this case, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.